Hey guys, it's Mikko from ML Sound Lab, and yes, we finally have new Reflex Impulse Response packs. This is the Lynch 50. Now, I've been making impulse responses for like 2 decades now. If you get an Axe effects, many of the stock impulse responses are actually made by me. If you get a Neural DSP Quad Cortex, almost half of those stock cabinets have been made by me. So I've been around. Let's say I've been around. Now, what reflex impulse responses are a completely new thing, because whenever you are using a traditional guitar cabinet, as in a normal guitar cabinet, it's never really been built to optimize for guitar mic ups, while in the current modern state of guitar, you are only listening to mic'd up guitar tones. Now, Lynch 50 is based on the Lynch back speaker. Not sure if you know what the Lynch back speaker is, but essentially in 2010, George Lynch, one of the most amazing guitar players of all time, Dokken, he reached out to Celestion in 2010 about wanting to have some really nice pre-Rola vintage greenbacks, but with modern power handling, and the end result essentially was the Lynch back speakers, which are amazing but super rare speakers. So this is our version of that speaker in reflex format. So that's pretty awesome. Without further ado, let's just have a listen to what our demo song sounds like. And this is very transparent. This is the demo song that we have on our website. This is the demonstration of what it sounds like. And as you'll see, there's no messing around. It's completely raw as is. Let's have a listen. So that's the demo song, and there is no post-processing here. I also have a 15-second clip here, because social media, you know, if you want to have a demo song in story format, it needs to be 15 seconds, because that is all you have time for. So this is the 15-second version of that same song. Okay, so let's go through what's in here. I can actually show you the mixer, and in the mixer you'll see that you have amped ML5 on all the guitar tracks, and it's actually the same settings that you see here. So I'm using the ML4, and these are the settings that I'm using. I think it was the default preset at first, but I tweaked it a little bit, especially the bass, scooped it a little bit more, the brightness and everything like that. I'm using the Lynch 50 defined mix. That is the one that I felt sounded the best for this context, and that's all there's to it. As you can see, there's nothing on this track, and it goes to the master track, where I have just a tiny bit of saturation. I've been really loving this soft tube saturation. It's nothing special, but I love the function of actually having auto gain on this, so I can actually toggle back and forth if I want to have that saturation to glue in the track a little bit more or not. And then on the master track, I just have this ozone maximizer, which is just clipping it. It's just the most basic form of clipping, hard clipping that you can get. And that's all there's to it. For the bass track, I'm using amped bass, but I'm splitting the bass to low and high. Kind of a trick that I've been doing these days, because I want to have a very specific kind of saturation for the low end, a specific kind of saturation for the high end. So this is the low end for the bass. And this is the high end. So I'm using an EQ to just split the low end for the low part. And then I'm compressing, this is the low end essentially. I'm compressing with the CLA Bluey, probably an industry standard compressor. So that's all I'm just doing for the low end. And then I'm blending the two together like this. Man, that was not tight, but it's in the demo track, so that's what it's all about. Now the guitar tracks, as I said, this is the sound. And I think for laziness reasons, I just used a different delay. This is the Arturia Bucket Brigade, essentially an analog style delay. I love Arturia. Go check them out if you haven't already. Now, something that I've always said about the best V30s and the best greenbacks is that they actually are not that far apart. So if I pick one of my pre-Rola greenbacks and one of the 2000s era V30s by Mesa Boogie, I put them side by side. Sure, there's a brightness difference, but the characteristics are very scarily similar. They have a similar frequency roll-off, they have a similar kind of a tiny scoop in the upper mids, and they have a full low end. Obviously, with the Mesa being in a Mesa cabinet, it has more of the low end oomph, but I would say as far as the speakers go, they're not that far apart. So this speaker is not that far from a V30, if you ask me, but the high end does have kind of, I would like to use the word fullness, where a V30 can sometimes sound hollow in the highs, which is a cool sound too. That adds that sort of sizzle on the top. I feel like with greenbacks and modern greenbacks especially, you tend to have a full high end too, which can sound fuzzy at times. It's a difficult thing to describe these things by words. And for drums, by the way, I'm just using this preset that I made. It's based on the video that I made before, Mikko's Perfect Drum Kit, where I'm mixing all the best kit pieces that I like in ML drums. Most of the drums are full on 127 velocity, so nothing special there. I'm fully trusting the humanizing here in ML drums, and that is adding the realism to the drum tracks here. So this is just the guitars once again. So I don't think that sounds like a greenback. That could be a Petrucci sound from one of John Petrucci's albums. I mean, the guy who only uses V30s, if you ask me, especially here in the palm muty bit. And then I played the sloppiest lead that I have ever played. Same settings, I think. Man, I went full Petrucci on this one. Go check it out. I'll have more descriptions about the differences between these reflex packs on the website. So please go check out the link below and see what else is out there. Go check out Reflex Impulse Responses. I've been Mikko from ML Sound Lab. See you on the next one. Bye bye.